You already know what it is, baby. You seen 10 on thumbnail. Definitely Mixy and Messy for some heads in EHDIA Plus Cinematic Universe, and in specific, Beast. Have not talked about her in a minute. Frogan. And yeah, apparently what's been happening with her within the whole, you know what I'm saying, malicious copyright infringement lawsuit. Shout out to her. Denims. In case you drawn. You already know, for the most part, we've been watching Lust. Shout out to the love of Lust. We're watching them again today, of course. You know what I'm saying? We've been covering the H3 Snark mods, but pertaining to the actual main lawsuit, as they're getting sued, in case John and Frogan, yeah, we haven't really covered much of the junk going on with them. So I thought, yeah, we definitely got to take a poopsie at what's going on, at least for one of them. And I guess, bad roll. They're all bad rolls. We got Frogan. And to that, Lust was apparently, and within this video, giving 7 reasons on why Frogan didn't hit her deadline on this, John. Yeah, I've been really on the back work, so I guess we about to be really tapping in. So, I ain't wasting no more time, baby. Trilly talks everything. Trilly does indeed have everything every single time. Let's see what's going on with the Limit Hill hit. What we like to grab before we get into our intro. Let's see what's going on with Frogan within a malicious copyright infringement lawsuit. You already know, like we said in the intro, and every time, shout out, show the love with Lust. You already know, baby. We got update: Ethan Klein versus Frogan. 7 reasons why Frogan missed the deadline. Of course, you guys want to watch the OG video by Lust. Description, the first link, sure to love it, of course. Said name, you know the name, baby. And let's not waste any more time, because I know which moron, especially on screen, will definitely be doing that and has been doing that.
I'm going to answer the question of what may be 7 reasons why Frogan's case is not updating on Court Listener. Last time we covered Frogan's case, she had to respond to Ethan Klein's lawsuit by October 5th. Now, this was an extension. So if you remember,
It's definitely past that.
She was dodging, evading service.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Well, that I do remember because of her case server, and he went there at 2 a.m. like the 4th time, and it didn't leave till like 8 a.m. But within this, yeah, she had got the was it 2-month, the 2-month extension, I believe the 60-day extension. So, sheesh, time went by that fast. Yo, and it's way past her extension day too. It's the 20th. It's almost the end of this month. Oh my god.
A very weird thing happened where it was some random person that clearly wasn't described as her who received substitute service, and that was enough to get her to contact Ethan's lawyer. So she hired a lawyer, and that's how they found her. Her lawyer contacted Ethan's lawyer, and they worked on a schedule. Now, the schedule was to give her a lot of time. They gave her 2 months to come up with a response.
Bingo.
As you already know, we have the other 2 cases. One of the cases, Denon's, is actually in the same court district as her. So it's kind of interesting that you have 2 parallel cases at almost, literally the same time in the same area. But one of them is going like it normally does, and the other one, there's been no updates. So I'll give you 7 reasons.
I'm about to say the other one hanging straight dry.
Why there are no updates, and you let me know in the comments below what you think the reason could be. Case is under sealed or confidential. Some cases are sealed by the judge, meaning filings and updates are hidden from the public. Reasons include protecting minors, trade secrets, national security, or sensitive personal information. So if the judge is requested this by Frogan and he or she agrees, then it's no longer public. So one of the reasons that the case...
Yeah, I'm about to say with the... I'm assuming, let's about to say the H3 Snark mods?
That would mean the case is continuing to go.
Oh, no, because that's the whole jump with the H3 Snark mods. You know, their whole thing is they're not trying to get their personal information out or whatever. And, you know, which is so stupid. Again, in their own motion to quash, they admit that the Reddit admins were apparently trying to get them software, help them get software so they could scrub their PIIs, personal identifying information, off the internet. Or TLDR for you. Commit spoliation. Dumb, stupid, morons, pathetic, wretchful, subhuman homunculoids. But who's surprised? No one. Moving on.
Oh, it's just no longer public. And this would also prevent Ethan Klein from commenting on it, which is another interesting part of this, right? You would think Ethan Klein would really hammer this home that she's missed her deadline by, as of this video, 15 days. Over 2 weeks.
You would imagine, but you would imagine, like, she'd be fried. Like, that would just be it. It's like, yo, at this point, yo, we done gave you all the time, especially after this extension for 2 whole months, and you're already 2 weeks in a day or whatever, but basically 2 weeks past that, and you're still nothing. Dead air, silence. We're gonna need at least some white noise, or better yet, real noise, like Your lawyer responding. But no. But no. And again, what do we expect from this? Nothing. Moving on.
In-camera proceeding. Sometimes a judge reviews evidence or documents in camera. We saw this with H3 Snark. Privately in chambers. These proceedings don't appear in the public docket until a ruling is made, if ever. It's a way to balance transparency with confidentiality. Typically, we'll see a request for an in-camera hearing, and we'll see the judge respond to that request. So we won't see that type of information, but it could be even more personal than that. Clerical or system delays. Again, it always could be a system problem, right? Court listener could not be updating. Maybe the court system is not updating. The reason I don't think this would be the cause is due to Denon's case. Denon's case is exactly in the same court system, and her case is updating like it should be updating.
Like, yeah, it's going through like all the normal proceedings. I would imagine Casey Tron's probably is doing the same thing, considering like Casey Tron and Denham's have the same lawyer, the Benjamin Cassis bull from the Frost LLP, I believe. Yeah. Am I remembering my slops right? Oh, pros and cons of the slops. But like, yeah, we know that Frogan definitely didn't go through the same bull. She went through the heads in Michigan or whatever. So whoever her lawyer is, they really folded on her, let alone the Snark Mod's lawyer. Sheesh.
This case
Like,
filed at the same time. No updates. Settlement
Yeah, we
or
gotta fix this,
dismissal
boy.
in progress. If the parties reach a settlement, this is why I would take a guess here. If the parties reach a settlement, they might file motions under seal or delay dismissal paperwork. During that period, the docket can appear frozen, even though the case is wrapping up behind the scenes. This is very common. So if you're a lawyer, you know this. During settlement, the judge is very happy because the judge does not have to make a decision.
Based?
So they don't have to make it all public until the very end. This makes the most sense, in my opinion, would be number 4, settlement, that maybe they're talking about a settlement. Frogan has deleted.
Doubt it. I ain't gonna lie. Ethan said he's really, especially after Casey Tron was doing all the John, like, you know what I'm saying? He kept perpetuating, especially that John that Yoko was doing with, you know, in regards to the mental health, the Hun, Miss Olivia from the H3 pod. Like, yeah, he basically said after Casey Tron did her little shit, they always playing their victim complex, cry bully bullshittery. Yeah, you motherfuckers settled? Never. Bye bye.
All the copyright. The first things he did was delete all the copyright infringement activities he had conducted, which is different from the other two. I mean, you got Dennis who literally doubled down by posting the video again. So another reason, number 5, case transferred or consolidated. When a case moves to another jurisdiction or merges with another case. Haha, that's an interesting one, right? What if the case merges with the Denon's case? It makes sense. They're literally being sued for almost the same identical, and they are being sued for the same identical.
No, I'm not saying that. They're definitely being sued for like the same exact John. Well, you had some malicious copyright infringement.
And they're in the same identical court.
Might.
It would save them fees, right? During that, the new case number will continue privately in the receiving court system. So if Denon's case is the main case, and it is the main case because we have the H3 Snark component, then maybe Frogan's case will...
Again, which still makes no fucking sense. This is exactly why I call those G-boys fucking homunculus. Goddamn same intelligence as a Neanderthal. Like, yo, she literally sold these dumb fucks out, yet they're still trying to, again, like with their whole motion to quash, we discussed this repeated, Trailer Raps, everything, TLDR, right? Like, with their motion to quash, they're supposed to be disproving how they are themselves being H3 Snark committing contributory malicious copyright infringement, right? Why are they trying to disprove the whole lawsuit as a whole? Like, nah, just disprove your associations to Dennis, Casey, Tron, and Frogan, which they cannot do, by the way, or at least in my opinion, they cannot do because, hold on, we'll get there. I shouldn't have unmarked it. We'll get there, don't worry. We'll get there. Yep, because, yeah, this mega thread post right here, not looking too hot for them. Not at all. But yeah, they're supposed to be disproving, like, why they didn't do it contributorily. These heads, again, like being Dennis, Casey, Tron, and Frogan, why they gotta prove that they didn't do it at all. They're absolutely cooked. Snark mods, definitely cooked. I mean, again, their motion to quash is almost 1,000 pages long. Absolutely done for. But yeah, I don't know why they're still sitting here like basically glazing up like denims, because Casey Tron and Frogan, they pretty much abandoned them. But I don't know why they're doing that when she directly sold them out. She told Ethan's lawyer, she told her lawyer to tell Ethan's lawyer, yep, go right ahead. They said, Approved. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Never.
Be added to the Dennings case. Frogan will be added as a defendant to the Ethan Klein versus Dennings case. Number 6, restrictive court orders. Judges can issue protective orders limiting what can be made public, especially in civil or copyright lawsuits. This order may block filing or redactions until a later date. And then, of course, courts are not the most technical. They're not like Facebook. Some online court portals only display select documents, and often maybe it's not refreshing. I don't think that's the case because, again, Dennings is in the same exact court system. It would be really weird that like some cases are not refreshing and the other cases are. So there could be a lot of stuff. I think the main thing would be settlement or consolidation of the case. If you think about it from a resource perspective, from a judge, the court's perspective, do you really want the court to have assigned 2 judges for this? And again, it's just
Absolutely not. Especially if you're going off the fact that H3 Snark mods, their judge is looking at very angry. Very angry. Gonna be very frustrated on that in-camera review. So I'd imagine 2 judges for this now. Oh yeah, it's really gonna be pushing into territories where they not trying to deal with this shit.
same Los Angeles District Court. It's the same court system. And do you really want them having possibly different decisions? And the answer is no. You do not want these to be appealed. And you have 2 cases, you have 2 defendants in very similar positions, you have the same exact plaintiff, his same exact copyright claims. It would be bizarre, I think, to separate it. I think it was bizarre a little bit, but that's how Ethan did it. Again, I think Ethan does have a case against each one of them, but to save the court time and money,
Absolutely.
right, it may just be easier to combine them because the last thing you want is 2 judges coming to 2 different conclusions.
Because then it's like, yeah, it makes everything mixy. It's like, okay, so say for instance, like we use like Frogan and Denims. It's like, yo, Denims could be like, you know what I'm saying? And Denims could be guilty or whatever, cooked on this job. Meanwhile, Frogan cannot be, or like the vice versa or something like that. Like it would just be all cooked up. So why not deal with them all at the same time? Like, oh, either you're all cooked or you're all good. And it's pretty sure gonna be you're all fried.
Almost the identical case. Because then that means the one that doesn't come, like that means they will both be appealed. So if the plaintiff, if Ethan Klein wins his case against Dennings and he loses his case against Frogan, he'll appeal the case against Frogan, and Dennings will appeal the case against him, which would lead. This is exactly what the court does not want, right? They do not want 2 different outcomes for a case that is so similar. So would it make sense for it to consolidate? I think so. Would it make sense for there to be settlement talks? I know Ethan has said he doesn't want to settle Frogan.
He doesn't want to settle with any of these fools.
That changes. No, his main battle, and this is obvious right now, is with H3 Snark. No matter what Frogan has done, and Frogan's done some pretty bad stuff, H3 Snark is 10. I read 10 100 times worse. You read what they responded with, and you're just like, wow.
Emotional quash. Fucking dog water, baby. It seems like their lawyer, not that there, Wagwan. They made a serious blunder.
Bomboclat!
Bomboclat.
This is not only bizarre, but it's really hateful towards Ethan and his family. So you gotta kind of pick and choose the battles, right? And that's what Ethan did to begin with. He picked and chose these 3 individuals and H3 Snark. It is my opinion that H3 Snark has done far more harm to him and his family.
Definitely, because again, like where the false CPS call, the 2 human skulls, like if we're really breaking this down, where the fuck would any shit like that originate from? It's the fucking Snark. Like, dude, there's no other people that are gonna fucking be on this type of timing doing this weird ass shit. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Then Frogan has. So if that's the real target, that's a 740-page battle times 2, times plus a USB drive on unknown capacity.
I'm telling you, the Snark mods are so fucked.
Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Bye, guys.
You already know, of course. Shout out, of love. But lust. Of course. Like we say every time, that was update. Ethan Klein versus Frogan. 7 reasons why Frogan missed the deadline. Of course, if you guys want to watch the OG video by said name, who? LUS, Lus, our lawyer, covering this case. Now in the description, first link, sure to love it, of course. Like we said, Lus, baby. Facts. But yeah, final opinions, conjecture. Yeah, it's just really looking like from what we're seeing, like obviously let's go over the 7 reasons and all the different stipulations on why they could be cooked, fraud, filleted, grilled. Like, no, let me stop playing. But seriously though, like Yeah, as far as it goes specifically for Frogan, because that's what we're talking about. It's like, yo, the factor that we're already past her 2 month like extension, and on that factor, we're 2 weeks past, and she still is on dead air on nothing. Cook boy, cook boy. It's looking like, yeah, it's truly just overall, like I just came off of saying too, a massive blunder. But you already know what it is. These fools are always gonna be cooking in the EHDIA plus cinematic universe, especially for these heads. Mixy, messy, and not fun for them, but for us, I'm reveling, farming. But not seriously though. Again, shout out to the love with lust, and I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.